Your boy's back. It's another Thursday, and it's actually the Thursday before Valentine's Day. So I thought, let's do a rom-com video. Why not? Romantic comedies are a big Valentine's genre, and they're a fun genre of movies. So I thought, let's do a tier maker video for this. Let's do a tier rankings of the best, the worst, and everywhere in between of rom-coms. Now, it's obviously only rom-coms I've seen. I haven't seen any. When Harry Met Sally, I haven't watched it yet, and that's like one on like most people's list. Like if you just Google best rom-coms, When Harry Met Sally is everywhere, but these are the ones I went to. These are not even my favorites. So I just looked up best, and I looked up popular, and I looked up worst, and I just chucked them all around. Basically, just popular ones that a bunch of people would know. So I thought, why not? Let's do this one. And I actually stepped up my game because I made it myself. Last time, if you watched the Disney Channel original movies tier making, I didn't make that myself. I just went on here and I changed the names, but all the movies are already preset. These are my movies that I've picked out based on just Googling rom-coms on Google and picking out a bunch of pictures and chucking it in there. So you guys can actually look it up and support this one and make it yourself. Let me know. If you guys actually go and do it, let me know. Hit me up on Twitter, hit me on Instagram, whatever you think, whatever you use, comment below, whatever. Find me somewhere and let me know that you use this one. You just look up rom-coms. That's what it's called, rom-coms. It's on there, on Tier Maker. You'll see it's my handle at the bottom that you know it's me, at Ace Davies is my Twitter handle. It's there. But I thought let's get into it, you know. There's got a bunch of movies here, as you can see on the screen. We've got 5 tiers. We've got the God tier, we've got the Awesome tier, we've got the Fresh tier, we've got the Air, and the Doo-Doo tier. They're the same 5 I used last time. Let's keep the, keep the continuity going, you know what I mean? Use the same ones. Let's get into it. Let's load up these 20 movies that I put in this one list. What we got here, we got Friends with Benefits. This movie is a bit of fun. I remember liking it a lot in like year 7 and 8, so I'm going to put it in a Fresh. It doesn't blow you away, but it did the job for me back in the day. Isn't it romantic? I watched this once on Netflix just for, because it was a Netflix movie, and it came up when you look up rom-coms. I think Netflix is kind of playing into what you Google. I'm going to put in because it didn't blow me away, and it really made me forget it existed until watching it right then. What Women Want? That's an oldie. I actually watched this a few months ago, and I did enjoy it. It didn't blow my socks off, but it did the job. We got Hitch. I love Hitch, dude. That was one of my favourite movies, younger. And even for that reason, I haven't rewatched it in a while. I remember it being really, really funny. I'm going to put it in the Awesome tier. Just for the sake of, back when, I really liked this movie. I really did enjoy it quite a bit. Alright, John Tucker Must Die. You guys aren't going to like me. This is one of my biggest guilty pleasures. It's not my biggest... It's probably my... Let's go. It's my biggest guilty pleasure. It really is. It truly... I just love this movie. I've watched it countless times, probably double digits, which is crazy. I know, but I fell in love with Britney Snow from this movie, and I was like showing everyone thinking it's the greatest movie of all time. It's awful. It's terribly made, but I love it. I'm going to put it in Fresh. I'm going to check it in Awesome. Fuck all y'all. I'm starting a war with everyone. I'm really excited because obviously when you look it up on Tier Maker, you can look up anything, right? You can look at rom-coms and you can see what other people's lists are like. I want to see if anyone does this list that doesn't watch this video and see how they put John Tucker Must Die, because I almost imagine we'll go in Air or Doo-Doo every single time. But this means war. This is another one that I watched fairly recently. It was fine. It didn't blow my socks off. It's kind of forgettable. It wasn't bad, so I'm just going to put it in Air. Another one. 50 First Dates. This is one of my favourite, Adam Sandler movies. I think he just gave me a really funny movie, and it got me emotional for some reason. This is another one that I watched back in the day when I was 13, 14 years old, and I remember that scene at the end really breaks it breaks me. Spoilers, it's a 15-year-old movie. When she comes out and she's got kids and she can't remember that, I think that's just, it gets me every time. This is maybe a movie that I'll like less when I rewatch it, but I'm going to put it in the Awesome tier. There's Something About Mary. This is just a fun Ben Stiller one. I'm going to chuck it in Fresh. Also, there is a few movies that might be described as rom-coms, and I either thought, you know what, they're too much of a romantic movie, like a Notebook or something like that. That's more dramatic, and then there's other movies that are just all comedy, like a 40-year-old version. I think I'm like, I get it because it's romantic in a sense, but it's really not. It's more of a comedy. So I try to make that mix as much as I could. 10 Things I Hate About You. This is a really good. This is like peak Ledger, which is crazy because he did Joker, but he was really good in this movie. That movie's really damn good. And I put it in Awesome. Crazy Stupid Love. Look, I'll just do this. Bang. Bang. It is one of my favourite movies of all time. I'm guaranteeing if I ever made a list of my top whatever movies of all time, that's in top 10. That is peak rom-com. That is peak rom-com. It is hilarious. It can be emotional at times. It's romantic. It's got a crazy good cast. It's got Gosling. It's got Carol. It's got Carell in there, who's one of my favourite actors. Emma Stone, one of my favourite actresses. Gosling is Gosling. It's got a cast, man. It's really damn good. And it's just hilarious. It is hilarious. 500 Days of Summer. This one is one of the ones that kind of lean towards being a bit more dramatic, but it is still, that's the perfect like girly rom-com, which is pretty much all rom-coms, but I think I'm going to put it in awesome. It's a really damn good movie. Life as We Know It. This is one of the weird ones I remember watching. Maybe I was like 11, 12 years old. And I was like, this is weird. And then I rewatched it and I was like, yep, that's pretty much what I remember it being. Just there, just Forgetting Sarah Marshall. This is hilarious. It's one that I was like, is this more of a comedy? But I suppose when it is about him, you know, his wife leaving Kristen Bell and then him trying to find new love with Mila Kunis, it does then become a rom-com. I suppose every movie does have its romantic elements. I'm going to be really picky with my God tier. Even though this movie's phenomenal, it's really, really funny, I'm going to put it in awesome tier because I really want to keep, like, put it this way, I think most of these movies aren't going to be in my, like, if I did a top 20 of all time, they're probably not going to be there. I don't think there'd be much consideration, whereas this movie stands alone, Crazy Stupid Love. Just go with it. I'm going to put it in fresh. I've always had a thing for that movie, I don't know why. I think I saw it in cinemas. I just always thought it was hilarious. Again, I'm a big Adam Sandler guy, like, top tier. He's one of my favourite actors of all time. I'd say top 5, and I know that's kind of crazy because he's done some crazy shit. Jack and Jill was kind of the one that just threw him under the bus, but I still like Grown Ups and stuff like that, so I'm trying not to knock this green screen over, but he's funny, man. Like, come on. Notting Hill. Yeah, I'm going to do it. God tier. Now, again, I'm being you know, very, very, very tight with that God tier, and I'll tell you why this is getting that God tier. It'd be in consideration for some way. Maybe not top 20, 25, but it'd be up there. It'd be in consideration. And I think as a rom-com, like, Forgetting Sarah Marshall is more of a comedy. That is a pure rom-com at heart. That is one of the biggest rom-coms that, like, if you're speaking rom-coms, that's going to be up there, like, just on, like, popularity. And that movie's so damn good. I love that movie. I remember the first time I saw it. Again, 14, 15-year-old watching way too many rom-coms. And I was watching it, and I was like, alright. And then Mum's like, I'm going to change the channel. I'm like, I'm watching this. I remember going into my brother's room. He was away that night. And like, when I turned it on his channel, and I stayed up way too late watching that movie. I had to watch through like the Channel 7 ads, or like 10-minute long ads every like 20 minutes. It was awful. But I loved that movie. I rewatched it because it actually plays. I work in a nursing home and they put on movies for the residents. They put that on and I was watching that as I was working. And I'm like, I want to watch this in full when I get home. And I watched it like 2 weeks ago. It's so damn good. Love Actually. Look, I'm not even going to spend too much time on Love Actually because the amount of times I've talked about Love Actually on this channel is crazy. It's a lot. It's probably the top 5 most mentioned movie ever. Love Actually. It's damn good. It's, you know, it is a Christmas movie, but it's a rom-com. If you take away the Christmas part, that's what you're left with, and it's hilarious. The cast is great. Hugh Grant, 2 of the top 3. He's the rom-com king for a reason. And I haven't even seen 4 Weddings and a Funeral, which I know a lot of people love. So, The Proposal. I'm going to go fresh. This movie I feel like is going to be one of the guilty pleasure ones that I remember liking a lot more than I will, and I'll rewatch it and go, that's ridiculous. I remember some crazy, ridiculous parts with like Betty White and all that stuff, but I had some fun with that movie. 5-Year Engagement. That's going fresh. I again like that movie, but I think it's too long. It's just really, really, really long, and I'm like, alright, speed it up here, Judd Apatow with your 3-hour movies for no reason. But it is a funny movie. It's fine, it's good, it's enjoyable. Valentine's Day. You know what? I'm going to leave it. I'm going to go Wedding Singer because I'll finish off on Valentine's Day because it's a Valentine's Day video. So, Wedding Singer, I'm going to be putting in fresh. It's pretty damn close to being an awesome, but it's not quite. I always think 50 First Dates is better than Wedding Singer, in my opinion. I think probably people enjoy Wedding Singer more. I feel like Wedding Singer is probably the better movie. I feel like 50 First Dates is when he started inkling into more guilty pleasure, like ridiculous shit. But that is a good movie. It has its parts, it has funny moments. But I've always just been a die-hard 50 First Dates fan. Valentine's Day, we'll finish it off. I've done a rerun review on this a couple years ago for Valentine's Day. And I don't hate this movie. It's definitely not a guilty pleasure because that implies that I like it. It's fine. It's good. I don't think it's as bad as it should be. Or people talk about it is, but it's not good. I'm going to put it in an air. And I'm so sorry, guys. I'm going to disappoint everyone. I did not put in a doo-doo. I know. I wanted to. I literally looked at worst rom-coms and I was like, alright, let's find something I've seen that I hated, and I couldn't remember anything. I should have gone through my collection, but it takes so long to go through all those movies. There's so many rom-coms I looked up and they're like, this is the worst of all time. This is terrible. This is great. And I'm either like, wasn't that bad, or I haven't seen it. So I'm so sorry. I didn't fill in that doo-doo. I'm interested to see if you guys want to give it a go. Again, just go to Tier Maker, look it up, quick, rom-coms. It takes 2 seconds to find this. And let me know how you go with this one. If there is a rom-com here, I'm setting up the green screen on this one a bit different from last time so I can move myself around a bit more. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. This is a lot less and I think better than last time because there was a bunch of movies I didn't see and there's a bunch of movies there. This is a shorter video, only 20 movies to talk about. But thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Go and have some fun on Valentine's Day, whatever way you will. Make sure you press that subscribe button. I'll get that the second time out. Make sure you give it a thumbs up. Let me know if you had a go at this list, or where would you put this list. If you disagree with something, you're like, yo, that shouldn't be there, or if you're like, you're disrespecting this, let me know what your rom-com priorities look like. Make sure you do follow me on Instagram. That's where all the reviews are going up. I am literally dropping my Birds of Prey review the same day. So if you went to Instagram right now, it'd be up. So go and find that right there. Thank you so much, guys, for watching again. But of course, guys, have a good one.